They just don't support capitalism. So Rich Dad, Poor Dad is a story. So came out in 1997.
Yeah.
It's a story between a capitalist, my poor dad, who never went to school, and my rich dad, head of education for Hawaii, PhD. And they're good people. Please, I'm not trying to say they're good people or bad people. Philosophically, we're miles apart.
When you look at the state of politics in the U.S., though, and you look at the Elizabeth Warren types who you never pay enough, do you think those people are good people?
I fought for our freedom to choose our socioeconomic beliefs. So Elizabeth Warren is obviously a Marxist.
She claims she's a capitalist. She calls herself a capitalist. She just wants rules, she says.
I could call myself Jesus Christ, would you believe me? So, I'm not against Marxism, communism. I just want my freedom. The freedom to speak, the freedom to think, the freedom to say what I want to say. That's all I fought for.
One of the things that I've been thinking as we look at Rich Dad, Poor Dad is the poor dads are now running the place. There used to be a time when you'd look at the rich dad and you'd say, oh, there he is. You should be like him. You should build a company. Now they're the ones with the eggs.
So I'm gonna say something even more politically incorrect, if it's okay with you. Are you okay?
Go ahead.
You don't care?
Go ahead.
Like I said, the reason I'm late, I've never met so many interesting people in half a day than at the Nomad Capitalist show. I'm having the best time.
What is it about them?
Because I can say what I want to say.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid of being attacked.
Are you afraid?
Huh?
Do you hold back?
It depends on who I'm talking to today.
Do you hold when you're out in public or you're on YouTube? Do you hold back?
Oh, I've been deplatformed so many times. You know, I had Eric Trump, who was a good friend of mine, Donald's son. You know, a really good friend. So is his brother, Don Jr. We're politically incorrect hunters. So we were talking about what it was like for the Trump hotels to be shut down during COVID. We got deplatformed because we mentioned Trump. In my board game, Cash Flow, which I created in 1996 to teach capitalism, I got deplatformed for using the word conservative. And all
what do they do to you?
Huh?
What do they do?
They take me off.
Yeah.
YouTube came after me and Facebook came after me. I used the word conservative, not from the point of view of politically, is that if you're an investor, sometimes it's best to be conservative. And that was the context I used it in. But because I used the word conservative, bam.
You wrote books with Trump, you know the Trump family. What was your thought when he got elected?
Let me step back a little bit. He and I wrote 2 books together. He's a very good man. My wife loves him. She just absolutely loves the guy because he's no BS. He tells you straight as it is. He talks to my wife.
In real life too.
Yeah.
People say he's a little bit softer in real life.
No. What you see on TV is Donald Trump you see in real life. So my wife Kim and I are sitting in his office and Trump is talking about women in front of my wife Kim. And my wife Kim is a real woman. She's not a girly girl. And she says, I love that guy because he's a bad boy. And then, you know, in the world there's 3 kinds of men. Bad boys, nice guys, and wimps. Okay, so when you look at Trump on the stage, women either love him or hate him because he's a bad boy. Now, when you look at Biden, he's a wimp.
Wimp is the lowest.
Huh?
That's the lowest you can go.
Well, I hate to say this, but this is where I get crucified all the time. Women are taking over the world, which is a good thing. But when you look at, here's Biden, he's got Kamala and Nancy, who in my opinion hate men. You know, they don't like strong men. That's my opinion. And so here's this wimp standing between 2 ball-busting women. And when you saw Trump, he'd stand there with Pence, Mike Pence, who's really a solid guy, and Nancy Pelosi. So when I look at the 2 scenes today, I'm going to get my butt kicked for this one. You might get your butt kicked for this one too. I see 2 women who hate men in between a very weak man. That's my concern.
So Trump gets in. You thought it was good for the U.S. when he got in?
Well, what happened was he called me. We were supposed to write the third book together. He says, I'm sorry, but I'm going to run for office. Now, my poor dad, the Marxist, ran as a politician. It's a dirty, 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 dirty. No game dirtier than politics. So all I could do was wish him luck. But I knew his agenda. You know, like you look at what's happening today, Trump tried to close the border, and Biden opens it wide up. Now, what does that mean to you and me? I'm not against Hispanics. You know what I mean? I'm saying, why are we opening the borders?
The poor dad, to say that they're running the country, perhaps is not to put words in your mouth. I think people looked at Trump and the election of Trump, some people did, as an opportunity to at least temporarily stop that. I think that societally, I mean, ever since you wrote the book, 25 years, we're going to talk about it. It's been getting worse and worse. The culture is the kind of culture that now wants Elizabeth Warren. They want Bernie Sanders. But did Trump put an end to that for 4 years? What?
Well, it wasn't just him. I'm a Marine. That's why I wear this shirt. Okay, I understand warfare. I fight for freedom. You want to be a socialist? You want to be a transvestite? You want to be a gayer guy? You hate this? That's fine. That's freedom. Just don't take my freedoms away. And so when Trump stepped in, he was putting an end to some of that nonsense, like with big pharma, military-industrial complex, sanctuary cities. As he said, he says, we are a nation of laws. We obey the laws. And so that's why he tried to change the Supreme Court. I'm not saying this is, I don't agree or disagree, but I noticed what he was trying to do. So now the Democrats are trying to stack the Supreme Court so they can manipulate the laws.
The thing that I would say that we would talk about in the Nomad Capitalist context, he got one big domestic accomplishment. He got the tax cut, which raised taxes for our people. For the first time ever, their deferral was eliminated, or it was dramatically changed. And so my thoughts on America First were, that means if you're an American, you better come home or else we don't want you. You're going to be at a disadvantage. What are your thoughts on that? Is that his thought process?
Well, I don't know about his exact, because we're real estate guys. We don't pay taxes. I don't remember the debate with he and Hillary.
Right.
And
he paid $500 or something.
Huh?
He paid $500 one year, something like that.
$750.
$750.